Hello guys, in this video you will learn how to solve quadratic equation using factorization method. So when you have an equation ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0, where your a is not 0, then you call it a quadratic equation. Because if your a is 0, then your first term will just be 0, and you have bx plus c equal to 0, and you have a linear equation. So if you are to talk about factorization method, you should know that a, b, and c, they are all constant. Now, if you are to talk about factorization, there are two things that you have to know. The first is your product. The first is your product, and the second is your sum. Your product and your sum. Now, from the general equation that we can see above, the ax squared plus bx plus c is the general form of a quadratic equation. So our product is a c x squared, and our sum is bx. So let us see how this applies to some questions. Given x squared plus 6x minus 7 equal to 0. Obviously, this is a quadratic equation because the highest power of our variable x is 2, and our a is 1. It is not equal to 0, so it is a quadratic equation. So our a is 1, our b is 6, and c is -7. We have to know what our product is. Our product is just horrible. Our product is a cx squared, and that is 1 multiplied by -7x squared, and that is -7x squared. Our sum, and that is just 6x. So we have to think of two numbers that when we multiply them together, two values, then when we take the multiplication, we will get our product, and when we take the addition, we will get our sum. Now look at these two numbers, 7x and -x. If we multiply 7x by -x, we get our product, which is 7x squared. And if we take the addition, we get our sum, which is 6x. So this value, 7x minus x, is what we are actually looking for. Then we come back to our original equation and we put those values for 6x. So let us write what we have. We have x squared. Now plus 7x minus x, and that is the same as 6x, remember, minus 7, and this is simply 0. So consider the first two terms. We have x to be common to them, so we can factor out x, and you can see this is where the name factorization comes in. So here we have to factorize. We factor out x, then we open a bracket, we are left with x as well, plus 7. We close that. In the other two terms, negative x minus 7, we have negative 1 to be common to both of them, so we'll bring out negative 1, we are left with x. Negative 1 from negative 7, that gives plus 7, and this equals 0. So we have the same thing in the two brackets, so we only pick one. Then we have x plus 7, then we pick this x minus 1, so we have x minus 1, so we say this equals 0. But you should know that for two values, this call it a, and this let's call it b now, to be equal to 0, then it is either a is equal to 0 or b is equal to 0, or both of them are equal to 0. So from this point, we will have to set the first bracket, x plus 7 equal to 0, or the other one, which is x minus 1 equal to 0. And if we have this x plus 7 to be equal to 0, x minus 1 to be equal to 0, then the next thing we have, I would like to take another page here. We have our x to be equal to negative 7, or our x to be equal to 1. So, and these two values are the solutions to our quadratic equation. So if you want to check if we are right, you can put in negative 7 in position of x in this equation, and see if you get 0. You can also put in negative 1 as well, and you see if you get 0. So let us see if we can try another problem. We have 3 y squared plus 13y plus 12 and this gives 0. Now what we have to check is our product and our sum. So our product is, don't forget, our A is 3, B is 13, and C is 12. C is 12. So we know that our product is ACX squared. In this case now, our variable is y, so we have AC y squared. So that is 3 multiplied by 12 multiplied by y squared. And we simply know that 3 times 12 is 36. So we have 36 y squared as our product. And our sum is 13y. Now we have to think of two numbers that when multiplied together we get 36y squared, and when added together we get 13y. Well, these two numbers can be 9y, positive 9y now, and positive 4y. So we take these two numbers and put them in position of 13y. So let me take another page. We get 3y squared. Instead of us to write 13y now, we will write 9y plus 4y, because 9y plus 4y adds up to 13y. So plus 12, and this is equal to 0. Now we consider the first two times. We bring out the common factor, and here we can see that 3y is common to both 3y squared and 9y. So we can factor out 3y, and we are left with y plus 3, because 9y divided by 3y will just give us 3. And considering the last two times, we have 4 to be common, and that is positive 4 to be precise. So positive 4 is common. We are simply left with y plus 3, and this is equal to 0. So we pick this, we pick one out of those two. So we have y plus 3, and the last one actually we have 3y plus 4. So 3y then plus 4, y plus 4. So this is equal to 0. Now we know that for the product of these two things, the product of this and the product of this, to be equal to 0, then it is either one of them or both are equal to 0. So in position of y plus 3, let me take another page from here. We have our y plus 3 to be equal to 0, or we have our 3y plus 4 to be equal to 0. Now, here, our y will just be negative 3. Our y will be negative 3, and we can see that 3y will be negative 4, so that y will be negative 4 divided by 3 when you divide both sides by 3, right? So these two values are the solutions to our quadratic equation. So I hope the video is helpful. You can share this with your friends, then don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.